Next up, we have Lauren Pacheco, who is an architect at Antonovic Associates with a background that includes commercial, office, multifamily, mixed use, and adaptive reuse projects. She has worked on projects in New York City, the Washington, D.C. area, and most recently in downtown Buffalo. She is also involved in the ACE Mentor program, which has allowed her to teach high school students about architecture and the construction industry. Lauren?
So I'm Lauren, and I'm here today to talk to you about Seneca 1 in downtown Buffalo. So the first couple of slides are some of the old construction photos that we found in the building management office. This is the site before they started constructing anything. And if you notice, there's the Seneca main building, which used to be was the original Marine Midland headquarters, and it's in each one of these shots. It's good for scale. So the building was originally built to be the headquarters of Marine Midland Bank. It stands at 529 feet tall and is the tallest building between Chicago and New York City, with 38 occupiable stories and over 1 million square feet of space. The tower was designed by SOM in 1968 and construction was completed in 1972. It's a great example of modern architecture. So over the years, there seems to be some debate as to what the future of the building should hold. Some feel that the building, being designed by SOM and being a textbook example of modern architecture, gives its prominence to remain unchanged. Others believe that the building, with over 1 million square feet of office space, is unnecessary in downtown Buffalo. Others believe the building is an eyesore. So one quote that I read about this style of building is somebody called it a big architectural oaf, and added that the precast concrete panel cladding is, and I quote, designed quite successfully to achieve maximum unattractiveness. So I don't know how you all feel about this building, but after working on the 28th floor for the past couple of years, I've grown a little bit of fondness for it. So the next slide is actually a view from the roof. This is 529 feet above street level. This was actually the first time just a few weeks ago that I was able to get up to the roof to check out the window washing equipment. You can see the west side, City Hall, which is 23 stories tall, the river. It's pretty amazing up there. So all that said, there are several issues that Douglas Development, who bought the building, sought to address. First, because the building was designed for one tenant, there's a lot of unrentable circulation space. The design team is working to upgrade these spaces to maintain what was attractive about the original interior space and make the spaces more functional in general. So we're looking to keep original terrazzo floors and travertine walls, and then we're looking to add new elements such as birds and bird cages. There's a Model A in the lobby right now. We're bringing a gondola into the site, so the developer actually has very eclectic taste, and we're trying to bring all of that into the building. The second is the plaza and the site in general. So the exterior space went mostly unused due to long winters in Buffalo, and more critically due to the fact that the site has some of the worst wind conditions in the city. To address this, we added 4 new retail buildings on the plaza and extended the existing building to the property line. So these are 2 of the new buildings, and they're actually completed right now, waiting for tenants. And the sculpture, I just want to point out, which is right next to the first building, that is actually an abstract sailboat, and that's a callback to the Marine and Marine Midland. That's original to the building. So this is the West Plaza. This is the area between the tower and one of the 4-story buildings on the site. The top 3 stories are actually put in 115 new residential units, and on the ground floor we've actually filled in the space between the 2 buildings, and you can see that this is actually what it's going to look like when it's done. So we opened up the plaza in between the ground floor and the basement level, and we added some light wells so that we could try to get as much light in as possible, and so everything will be fresh and clean. We are, with some materials, calling back to the original building. So this is actually a view from underneath that. So third, the building wasn't built on a flat site. Therefore, the building's basement, the parking garage, and some office space are up against the street. So if you look in this slide here, we've got the lights towards the back are actually openings that we've punched here. And this is actually the basement level. So this used to be a data center where there was actually no light penetrating through. So now this is going to be part of the continuous office space. It's 40,000 square feet of continuous office space between the plaza and the basement level. So along Pearl Street. So this is another huge problem all around the site and what really makes the site seem like an island and very intimidating. It's just very unfriendly for pedestrians. The trees are dying because the planter boxes weren't built to house them, essentially. So on the plaza level, we brought the building out to the perimeter, and on the basement level, we've punched holes in the facade so that things are a little bit more pedestrian friendly. We also changed up the material by adding the black brick so that this part of the building would read as a more human scale building and be a little bit more pedestrian friendly. So we're also cleaning the face of the building, and you can see that right now as you go by. It's a little two-face. So this is the progress on the north side of the building, and we're actually using the old window washing equipment to clean that up. So we're currently pushing to complete the new work on the plaza to accommodate the consolidation of M&T Bank's technology hub. They are taking 13 floors in the tower and 40,000 square feet on the plaza and Pearl levels with a combined, it's 150,000 square feet, and they may go up to 250,000 square feet overall. And I always like to think how poetic it is that there's now another bank in that building. Thank you.